Hey guys, you're watching Tech Radar. I'm Basil, and today we're going to be talking about the Sony Xperia XZ1. This was announced alongside the XZ1 Compact here at IFA. Now, before I jump into that, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. It's how you're going to stay on top of everything that we do. Right, let's get back to this phone, and I'll start by talking about the design. It looks and feels similar, but different. It retains the same style we've seen from Sony in the past. USB Type-C at the base, 3.5mm headphone jack, fingerprint scanner on the right-hand side which doubles up as a power button, volume rocker, camera button, and generally it looks like a Sony phone. But there is a difference. This is constructed from a single piece of aluminium and feels, as a result, much more robust and solid in the hand. Around the back you've got that 19 megapixel camera which is capable of doing some very smart 3D stuff that I'll come on to a little bit later. Onto that screen, and it's a very tried and tested formula. 5.2 inches at full HD resolution. We saw this on the XZS, on the XZ, on loads of Sony phones. This time around though, you have one key difference: HDR support. This is also going to be supported by Netflix and Amazon, so you'll be able to just get a richer picture, which definitely makes up for the lack of sharpness by comparison to a lot of other flagships. Inside, it's Android 8, the latest version, Oreo, which is really cool to have. That means you're going to get the latest security updates and a few UI tweaks like picture-in-picture video support. What it also fundamentally means being Android is that you've got tons of apps at your disposal, and Sony wax their own custom skin on top, which is really smooth too. Moving on to the cameras, and it's a 19 megapixel sensor around the back. Now it's a stacked image sensor as found on the XZ Premium. This introduced a few world firsts back then, such as 960 frames per second slow-mo. That's very cool. This time around though, you can expect some other sweet things like 3D effects that turn a human being or a bit of food or any random object into a 3D item that you can then have 3D printed, or you can just turn them into a random GIF, MPEG 4 movie or whatever it is and share it on social media. This is pretty weird, but it's also pretty sweet, really taking advantage of that Snapdragon 835 inside, testing out that processor to capacity. It isn't all about the 3D on this phone though. It also has a really sweet continuous autofocus throughout its 10 frames per second burst mode. That means if someone's walking towards you, the subject will be in focus at 10 frames per second burst from beginning to end. And that series of images can be transformed into a video to be easily shared out. It can also do all the standard things you'd expect: take photos, shoot in manual, and record up to 4K video too. The power under the hood is a Snapdragon 835 processor paired with 4 GB of RAM, so it should be super powerful, perfect for anyone who likes gaming. Paired with that front-firing speaker setup, you are winning. In addition to that, you've got 64 GB of storage and micro SD card support. With Cat16 LTE, i.e. 1 gig download speeds per second, this is a flagship across the board, except for in one respect, which kind of concerns me, and that's battery life. 2700 milliamps might not quite make it through a full day based on past experience. However, Sony is pretty good with their battery tech. The Qnovo and battery care come together nicely, and the Snapdragon 835 is super efficient. We can't say anything for sure at this stage. Check back to Tech Radar when we get one in for the full review. Until then, if you've got any questions, fire them in the comments section below. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button, and of course subscribe to the channel. That's how you're going to stay on top of everything that we do. Thanks for watching Tech Radar.